Hey! That's just to get the nerves out. Good afternoon and good evening, wherever you might be. My name is Dave Koz. Thank you so much for joining us for another at-home concert this afternoon, all request concert. It is a beautiful day here in Sausalito, California. I'm here at my little hideaway, and I'm here with Blake. Blake, you got to come over here because I can't move this today. I'm so sorry. Just be careful. It's a bit of a collision course here. There's Blake.
Hey everybody, and we have Janice.
Janice on the line right there.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We're all here, and hopefully wherever you are having a wonderful week, given the fact that we're all in quarantine and you know what's happening in the world right now. I always think about, is there anybody that's in the world that doesn't know about the coronavirus? Like, there's got to be some guy in the middle of nowhere, went on a trip, like a trek somewhere in Siberia, and hasn't read the news, and all of a sudden comes back to the whole entire world changing. Amazing. But I hope that you're feeling well and finding those bit of inspirations along the way, with shots in the arm that we all need right now. It's probably, with the sadness and the suffering that's going on, both physically and economically, perhaps the most important thing, and Blake and I talk about this all the time, is to keep our energy up and our inspiration up and hear good news, because there's such an onslaught of information at all times coming. If you turn on the television or read the newspaper, it's just like pow, pow, pow. So it's never been more important to find whatever way is important to you to remain sane during this very crazy time. So hopefully you are doing that and keeping a smile on your face whenever possible, and know that I care about you, we all care about you, and hope and pray for your best, for your well-being, and for your happiness, not just now, but always. So we've got a great show for you today. I'm a little nervous because one of my saxophone idols, one of my big idols, the guy that I think is probably the guy who plays the instrument the best on planet Earth at this time, his name happens to be Gerald Albright. Woo, perhaps you've heard of him. G will be by in a little bit. We're going to have a little visit with him, talk about it, and he's going to play your requests, which we got a ton of. And we'll have a couple little surprises as well, maybe a little visit with his wife, Glynnis, who's one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. In fact, all the Albrights are very special to me. Glynnis has a company. This is it right here. She makes the best waffles on the planet. Woo! Right here. And so a couple years ago, she started this company, Glynnis's Kitchen. She makes this waffle mix. It's available online, I believe. And Blake and I actually made these waffles 2 nights ago to varying success. Just let me say that she knows how to make them better. We still made them. We still made them. We'll talk about that a little later. Plus a couple other surprises. But before we do any of that, I would like to just take, by the way, I got a couple of comments about people that are not on Facebook. So you can see this show as soon as the show is done at 4:30. You can see the show on my YouTube page. It's immediately uploaded there. Dave Koz on YouTube, Dave Koz channel there. And I apologize in advance also if there are any technical glitches. Just remember that this show has a very small budget of 0. So we are using the available technology at our fingertips to be able to pull this show together and bring it to you. So sorry if some of the internet stuff doesn't work or there's little glitches here and there. Just know that we're doing the best that we can. And I want to start with a couple of quick requests here. My 90-year-old cousin is watching this show right now for the first time. Her name is Bonti. And Bonti is a wonderful woman. Grew up loving her, and her son Rick Slavin sent me a little note that she wants to watch and she would like to hear a song, and I'm going to play a little song for Bonti, and I'd also like to play it for Yvonne Gruszewski. I think I got that right. Now Yvonne has made this request for several days, for like the last month, and I've ignored it because I forgot the song, and it's one of mine. I forgot how to play one of my songs. So I had to learn it again, and I learned a little bit of it for you, Yvonne, and it's called The Journey. And it was a song that was written by Marcus Miller, by the way, but it was on my album, Hello Tomorrow. And Yvonne writes, definitely a journey right now. We don't know where we're going. We don't know when we're going to get there. We don't know how we're getting there or who we're going with. We don't know how long it will last, but it is definitely a journey. And that is a beautiful comment. And it's so true. We have to enjoy them. What do they say? It's not about the destination. It's about the journey there. And that's what that song is about. So I'd like to dedicate a little bit of this song to Yvonne and also to cousin Bonte, 90 years young, listening in British Columbia, Canada. A little something for you guys. Hope you enjoy it. I want to say a happy birthday to Martha Ortega, who's celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Martha. And we also get a lot of people who are watching this show from other countries, which kind of blows me away. We've got Hazel Jacobs that is tuning in from Cape Town, South Africa. I'd like to say hello to you, Hazel, and to all the people in South Africa, one of my favorite countries on the planet. Mr. Saxman is watching in from Bangkok, Thailand. Now, Ko is like the most famous saxophone player, very, very famous in Thailand and actually all over Asia and all over the world. He's one of the best. So we just want to say hi to you, Ko, and Kokumakmakrap. That's right. That's Thai. Do you ever eat Thai food? I love Thai food. But Thai food in Thailand, forget about it. The best. We also have Christine Nilenj watching in Namibia. Do you know where Namibia is? I've been to Namibia. You've been to Namibia?
Absolutely.
Wow. So it's an African country. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's near South Africa, right?
Yes.
In South.
Near Botswana, Namibia, Angola.
Very, very nice. Benny Barksdale Jr. would like to hear a little bit of Over the Rainbow. So here you go, Benny. I'm going to play through these kind of fast because I don't want to keep our guest waiting. So I apologize to our friends who have made these requests. It's going to be little ones. Grace Fayen, who's enjoying a nice glass of wine right now, would like to hear 8 Candles, a song for Hanukkah. They're never too early. Wanda Smith would like to hear a little bit of And Then I Knew. Very much for that, Wanda. Mark Kostriba would like to hear a little bit of Anything's Possible. And I don't have a tenor saxophone with me today, but I will play a little bit of it on the soprano for you, Mark. for that, Mark. Let's see here. My request is for a birthday shout out to my husband, Lee. He will be thrilled. That comes from Juanita Canley. So Lee Canley celebrating his 70th birthday today at home, safely sheltered in place. So happy birthday to you, Lee, and thank you very much for tuning in. Let's see. We've got Janet Remedio Snyder and Barb White. They write, I'm needing a little Cuban hideaway for this shelter in place thing. Thank you for the additional drumming there, Blake. Appreciated that one. Oh, here's a good one. It comes from Randy Bachman. Randy is writing in for the 5th time, requesting a song. And Randy wants to hear a little bit of Desafinado, which is Antonio Carlos Jobim. Okay, here we go. That's all I remember of that song. Thank you for the request, though. Sheldon Wilson would like to hear a little bit of Honey Dip. Here you go, Sheldon. And Jim Boehm would like, he says, we'll keep trying. Maybe one day one of mine will get picked. You guys are so sweet. You have no idea how many requests we've gotten. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I wish I could do them all, but we would be here doing this show till next Tuesday. I think I would lose some of you if we did that. But it'd be kind of an interesting thing to do. See how long I could actually play saxophone for. But Jim would like to hear a little bit of Take 5. Great song. Thank you very much for that request. I'm just turning on my speaker here. We have a little special something for you today. Stephanie Arms would like to hear a little bit of Lullaby for a Rainy Night. Here we go. This is one of my favorite songs. Oh, that's a different song. Thank you for that very much. And then Lenita Joe would like to hear Only Tomorrow Knows. in the wake of this situation, that is the truth. It's a song of mine from, I don't remember which album that was on. I think it was Saxophonic. And wrote a song called Only Tomorrow Knows. And Lanita Joe is right on the money because none of us know. We have to find comfort in not knowing. And it's probably, for human beings, this is probably one of the most biggest challenges. You know, we just don't know. We're human beings. We like to plan. We like to know what we're going to do on Saturday and what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to go out to dinner here. We're going to go to the movies there. We're going to go to this concert. And we can't make any plans right now. So, God willing, we will resume our lives as we once knew them very soon. That's my prayer for all of us. In the meantime, only tomorrow knows. Just a little tidbit of that one. I'm so sorry for rushing through these guys. And there was a very good reason because we have an amazing guest who's going to come up in 2 seconds. I want to just play one thing. This was a little one of my surprise for you. If you're a regular viewer of this show, I want you to know how much I appreciate it. I'm working on a new album right now, and I'm very excited about it. And there's a co-writer, a very dear friend of mine by the name of David Mann. And David and I wrote this song recently, and it's never been played before. And I would like to play it for you right now. And this was written in New York City right before the lockdown started. So it was pretty intense. I was in David's home studio, and the world of New York and the world in general was closing down right in front of our very eyes. We were kind of freaking out. At the same time, we were writing this very hopeful melody. And I would like to play it for you. It's called A New Day. And because in the DNA of the song is this emotion that David and I were dealing with while we were writing this song of like, well, what's going to happen? What's happening in our world? And will we ever come out of this? And seeing the writing on the wall, the dominoes falling of everything closing, but the excitement and the beauty and the joy that comes from imagining that one day when we get the all clear button where we can open the curtains in our bedroom and see the sun shining, that will be a new day. And that's what this song is all about. So I'd like to dedicate it to each and every one of you for joining us and during this quarantine for showing your best humanity during this time. And I know that it's rough. It's rough for everybody to dig deep and be the best people that we can be, but we need to. And so this one's for you. It's called A New Day. And let me see if I can get this started. I hope you enjoy it. It's working. right. I am schwitzing right now. It's so hot in this house. It's a beautiful day up here. Oh, thank you, Sherry, Pat, Brian. Thank you. Thank you, Andrea. This is so nice. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, I've made you wait long enough. I've made me wait long enough. This is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. And for the last several years on our Summer Horns tours, I stand right next to this guy, and it is one of the best places to stand in all of the world because he is such an inspiration. He's a rock. He's one of my dear friends and certainly one of the greatest musicians to ever take up the saxophone. Would you please help me welcome to the show, Mr. Gerald Albright!
Hey! What's up, Dave?
How are you, G?
I'm good, man. And that was a beautiful song, man. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, buddy.
I can't wait for its release, man. That's great.
Do you know David Mann, by the way, the guy that I wrote that song with? He's a
I
saxophone player.
know of him and I know of his work. I don't know if I've ever met him, but very talented guy.
He's a really talented guy, beautiful saxophone player, and also great songwriter. So I'm happy you enjoyed that. So how's everything in the Albright household? You guys are coming to us from just outside of Denver. Right. Is it a nice day there?
It's a great day. It's nice and sunny. Of course, Colorado weather can change in a second. So we did have a little rain earlier today, but the skies have opened up and it's a beautiful day, and we're glad to be in it. You know, it's all beautiful. Good.
And how's the quarantine been for you and Glynnis? I know that it's been a little rough because your daughter Selena, the incredible singer, Selena's in Dallas. She just had a baby, and this all happened within the last month for you, Glynnis, and you have not yet met your grandson, right? In person.
Absolutely. And that's a bummer, a real bummer. We're coping with the new normal, as they say, but chapters like that where I can't actually put my hand on my grandson, that makes it a real drag, But Glynnis and I are homebodies anyway. When I come home from the road, we just like to kick it. We're very simple people, we just love being at home. And so it wasn't much of a change in that regard. But when I venture out, to go grocery shopping and all that, that's when it's like really evident that we're in the new normal. So.
Are you getting all masked up and gloved up and you got your surgical gown up going to the market?
Yeah, you better believe it, man. Hand sanitizer, everything, you got to do it.
But the nice thing, and I know this from personal experience, that when you come home, you are living with, it just happens to be your wife, one of the greatest cooks in the world. And so I know, even though you have lost weight in quarantine, which is very impressive because everybody else, myself included, has gained weight. But you must be eating really, really well. I
am. When you have a handle on not being on the road and eating at all the places, the fast food joints and everything, you're home and you can kind of regulate your food intake. And she's a smart cooker anyway. She's very health conscious. I mean, even the comfort foods are health conscious. So she's a stickler about that. And I take advantage of that because I'm down 20 pounds from when this whole thing started. And
Jeez, that's amazing.
Blake is very impressed. He wants to know your diet.
Good for you. That's amazing.
Thanks, Blake. I tell you, my thing is I'm simple. I don't really overthink it. I basically have my MyFitnessPal app, and I know how many calories I'm supposed to eat a day. And I go for my power walks, and I'm an avid golfer, so I've been walking some golf courses lately. So I keep it simple. I just keep the calories in check and drink a lot of water, take my vitamins, and walk. Yeah,
it's very impressive, and you're looking great, G.
Thank you. How's my hair? Everything good?
There's not a hair out of place. Maybe best hair day ever. I'm having a pretty good hair day, given the fact that my hair is so out of control. Everything seemed to go in the right place today. So it's like a good day. When you get a good day in the hair, it's a good day in everything.
I'm impressed. It looks good.
Thank you so much. Let's talk a little bit about music before we take some of the requests of your fans. There was a ton of requests for you. A lot of people excited that you're here today. just musically, what have you got coming up? Were you originally going to be planned to go out on tour and do shows over the summertime? And when is the first date that's currently on the book? Of course, we just talked about not knowing, so we don't know if anything is going to happen, but at least planned wise, what do you got planned?
Well, as you say, things are changing daily. I'm very close to my agent who sends me daily emails about, what's confirmed and what's not. But I think late June is when I start up, and we'll do as many concerts as we can, predicated on, the ability to be able to do them, And but I'm excited to get back out and perform for my audience. And it's a beautiful thing to be on stage. You and I know about that, doing the Summer Horns tours together and stuff. It's a high that can't be matched, especially when everything's in sync and everything's aligned. So I can't wait to get back out there. But I will say it's nice to be home. It is nice to be home, and the fact that I've been looking at projects around the house that have been neglected for months, maybe years.
So give us one that you've actually completed.
Well, I have to start with the music. I started in the studio. So I've been refining the studio, doing a little bit of upgrading on the studio, getting some more software, some more current sounds, working with cable and bandwidth, because I'm starting to do a lot of live streams and things like that. And I have my plans of going like room to room in this house and just organizing. I'm going to, from the studio, I'm going to go to the garage, which is a huge job. That's going to be 2 or 3 days, and organize that. But, I'm a Virgo, and I'm a true Virgo. Everything has to have a place. My wife is a Virgo as well. So everything has to be organized. So now I have that time to do it. And so I'm going to take full advantage of it.
People are doing that right now. In fact, Blake just finished cleaning out his house up the street. He cleaned out his closet for the first time in what,
1984, I think.
1984 is the last time.
Based on the clothing I found.
I want to see some of those clothes, Blake, from 1984. They might be pretty interesting.
Took him 3 days to clean out the closet, but I love the fact that this is what it is. We're quarantined. We have to be here, so making the most out of it. And I love the fact that you're no stranger to what we're doing right now. Last week you did your first live stream, and you're going to do some in the future. And correct me if I'm wrong. You're sort of helping to raise money for musicians that are out of work during this time. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, obviously, musicians as we speak should be out playing in venues and working on their own respective music and things. And it's just hard to do. This is a big blow for musicians who are used to, hopping planes and going to these venues and doing what they do. So I know everybody's waiting on stimulus checks and everybody's waiting on unemployment checks and things like that. I wanted to try to create a platform where we could get some money directly to the musicians via, some of the platforms like PayPal, Cash App, and put some money in their pocket where they can get some groceries or pay some bills or whatever. So we're going to do a series of live streams. And as you mentioned, last Thursday, I did my very first one, and I had a blast, man. It was almost like being on stage. It was kind of like a teaser, for me personally.
Right.
And we had, I think we're working on 50,000 viewers on that particular live stream. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. So we're very happy about that. And so we're going to keep that going. And I feel good doing it.
And the fans truly, I mean, this is an awkward thing for us because we love when we're on stage, we feed off of you so much. That's the thing is we're looking at your faces and smiles and enjoying and grooving. And that's what we feed off of. And it's a different thing, like playing that song I just played here. Blake enjoyed it, but I couldn't tell if anybody else enjoyed it. So thank you for your comment too.
You're welcome.
Until we're back together doing this as we once did, this is a nice thing to be able to do for the fans, and also, as you mentioned, for us too, because we get a chance to play for you, which is what our lives are all about anyway. So it's really a beautiful thing. And speaking of which, can I get to some of the requests for you?
Sure. Let's get to work.
Okay, so Deborah Harper, Judd Jones, and Alex Carrillo, they would all love to hear you play the song Anniversary. Oh, good.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I think so.
Gerald Albright. Yeah! Woo! See, you know, the one thing I can tell you about Gerald Albright, he doesn't need a band. He's got the drums.
I miss my band a lot, but
the thing that's when people ask me like, what is it like being on the road with Gerald Albright? What's it like playing next to Gerald Albright? And I say he's like a one-man band. He's a percussion. He's not just a saxophone player, but he's a bass player and guitarist and a drummer and percussionist. And you got everything wrapped up in that sound of yours. It's just the most beautiful thing. I can't tell you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. So that one was anniversary. We've got a request from Janice Gaffney. My husband and I will be there Friday as usual. If you could give a birthday wish for my husband, Ed, it would be the best birthday gift. So happy birthday, Ed.
Happy birthday, Ed.
And if Gerald could play My, boy, would we love it. And this is also going out to Nelson Garcia, who requested this song as well. My. That is so soulful, man.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Sounds so great. Okay, Shirley Thorley and also Rick Carty both requested this song. They both want to hear Bermuda Nights, which is one of my favorite Gerald Albright songs.
All right. Bermuda Nights.
You remember that one, don't you?
I think so. I practiced it this morning, so let me see if I can get it out. Oh,
yes! I saw that leg lift. I saw it.
Yep, got to have a leg lift,
See
man.
the top end of the leg lift, but I know it was there.
It was there, man. I can't play without the leg lift, man. It's
Do you actually know what your legs are doing when you're playing? Because people say that my legs move or like I have a kick or some sort of something that happens with my right or left leg. I'm not even sure. I have no idea I'm doing it. Do you know that you're doing it?
not until people tell me after the fact, man. You know.
How about this move, by the way? What about this one right here? This thing.
Oh yeah,
that one.
Yeah. I've been doing that a while.
I just heard a bunch of people click off our live stream when they saw that. So I apologize to you at home. I won't do that to you again. Hey, we got another one for you from, actually, this was on Instagram. I didn't give give the name here, but their Instagram name is C Style Mag Chicago. So I'm assuming someone from Chicago, plus Yvonne Harris Jones and Orlando Wright, all would love to hear you play Champagne Life.
Oh. Well, let's see.
You know, like what you're playing does to me, it makes me, it's like popcorn. It's like, makes me do this, like, microwave popcorn.
Right.
So great. You're so cute. I just want to, this is tough for me because I just want to give you your biggest hug ever. So know that I really want to do that. Okay?
All right. It's coming.
All right. I think we have time for one more, and then I'm going to make a little request of you.
Okay.
And that comes from, this is also an Instagram one from Fraulein Sharona. And then on Facebook, Ellen Nakata Harper.
Ellen. Hey, Ellen. We know help.
Okay, good. They both want to hear So Amazing. And I want to hear, and Blake wants to hear, and Janice wants to hear So Amazing. Can you do that one?
I think so. Let's see. How does that one go?
You sound like me. Yeah! I love it. You are so amazing, buddy. It's before you sit down for 1 second, I have one quick request of me, and actually it's a great idea from a guy named Aaron Santee, who runs Santee Saxophones, a young saxophone company out there making really good horns. But he's a fan of yours and a fan of mine, and he thought it would be really cool if we could play. I know that there's going to be a lag here, but maybe if we trade a little bit of the classic song Georgia, which of course you play in every show. Can't go to a Gerald Albright show and not hear Georgia.
Got to play that song every time.
You would be arrested if you didn't play it in one of your shows.
I wouldn't get out of the building if I didn't play that song, so I have to play it every night.
So this is atypically a Gerald Albright show. So can we do just a little bit? We'll trade a little bit on it.
Yeah, I'm starting first, right?
You start first. Your song.
All right. You got it.
I didn't know. I was just listening to you going, wow, that's so good. Woo. Come on.
Your turn.
the miracle of technology. Now I can hear somebody else that's in the room right now. Would that happen to be my girl?
Yes, that's my girlfriend. That's my girlfriend right there.
Let's see you. Come on. Let's see you.
Hello.
There's the backbone of the Albright.
Hi.
Is Glynnis Albright. How are you, darling? Everybody wants to send their best to you.
Hey, Glynnis.
I gotta get up. Hi, Blaine.
Package.
Now, we just want you to know, Glynnis, and I mentioned at the top of the show that Glynnis is the proprietor and the creator of this incredible thing. If anybody knows Gerald, you know Glynnis, not just because she is Gerald's wife, but she is the heart and soul of what we do. And you're just one of my great friends, and I love you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Energy, I feed off of that energy. You got the most pure, beautiful, loving energy.
Oh.
So I want you to know that Blake and I, we actually made, you sent it to us, the mix, and we actually made it in our neighbor's house, Jerry and Laurel's across the street, with our masks on, and we kept 6 feet away from them, but they let us use their mixer and their waffle iron and their all the other, we wiped them out. So we have a little video, short little video of us, Blake and I, our waffles.
They were delicious.
I'm hungry all of a sudden.
Wow.
So, I just want to say, Glynnis, they're not as good as when you make them. I'll be honest.
They look great though. You went for the banana waffles, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we tried to brulee the bananas.
Okay.
Nice.
A little fancy.
Cool. All right.
That's great.
It didn't quite work, but with the motivation was there. The inspiration was there. Glynnis, how are you, by the way? How's everything going? How are you doing with everything?
I'm doing fine. As Gerald said, we're usually homebodies anyway, so I really like being at home.
Yeah. And is he driving you a little crazy, or is he?
Oh, Gerald is doing well. I'm so shocked because usually he gets on my last nerve. He's doing so well.
Where's the love, Dave? Where
is out in the kitchen? By the time I wake up, I'm a night owl. So by the time I get up, the kitchen is cleaned and the dishes in the dishwasher are all put away. He has really changed. I am shocked. Yes.
And what about all the weight that he's lost? I mean,
he's eating my food.
That's right.
Oh, no fast food. So he's lost 20 pounds.
I bet you can't keep your hands off of him.
Well, you see me doing this.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the waffle company. How is Glynnis's Waffles doing? And tell us how people, if they're interested in getting a batch delivered to their home, like you delivered to our home, how could they do it?
Okay, you can go to glyniskitchen.com, and that's GLYNIS, glyniskitchen.com, and that's how you get it. As soon as we're done with the whole quarantine, if you go into home goods stores all over the country, the product is there. And I just found out that it's in several grocery stores too. So I don't know which stores they're in because they have a hard time tracking it, but I'm really excited about it.
That's great. We just
I'm so excited. And because there's a shortage of, I guess, flour right now, because everybody's baking, everyone is ordering my scratch mix, Glynnis's Kitchen scratch mix, because it replaces flour.
So we saw that. Now that's just, what is scratch mix? For someone who doesn't cook, I was a little confused by that. That's you can use it in place of any time that you would use flour for making bread or whatever. You
have your recipes that call for like cookies, cakes, muffins, pie crust, things like that. That would normally call for all-purpose flour. Use my scratch mix instead, and it's going to take the recipe to a whole new level.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, and don't forget no artificial sweeteners, no preservatives, no additives, No food dyes. I use herbs and spices to get color. Turmeric, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, that kind of stuff.
See, if you see your name written on it, you know that it's not only going to be delicious, but it's going to be good for you. All good ingredients.
And full of love, yes.
Yeah.
Full of love, baby. Well, I want to wish you much continued success. You are one of my favorite people and one of my favorite entrepreneurs. I'm a big, huge fan of what you do.
You. Well, you guys music?
No. Please stay there. Please stay there because I've been talking about having a little surprise on this show.
Okay.
And, Brian Foisey, our producer, and his daughter Callie, who are producing this show in Tracy, California.
Mm-hmm.
We have somebody else on the line who would like to say hello to you, and I think that we could bring her in right now. Can we?
Hi!
I love it.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh, what a nice surprise.
Don't cry.
We can't all cry because I want to too. Right.
I'm just guys. I'm surprised.
Oh,
We are totally surprised. We had
It's
so great. Well, as we were talking about with Gerald at the beginning, this is such a, this is one of the real sad parts of the coronavirus because there's such a happy event that happened in your and your husband Josh's life. You gave birth to Gavin Eli just about a month ago. This is the first grandchild of Gerald and Glynnis, and because of the coronavirus, they have yet to meet in person. Your son. So I just thought maybe it'd be fun to let the audience see a little glimpse of Gavin.
Little G.
Hey, there's Josh. Here he is.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
Look at that.
Oh, he's
Sweet.
Hey, little G. That's little G right there, man.
Hey, little G. Yes.
Little G, we love you.
That is so sweet. I just met him and I love him already too.
Oh, look at him.
Wow.
He is waving.
like
He's a total waver right there. I love it. Or maybe he's just hearing some Gerald Albright music in his head.
Well, he's going to hear a heck of a lot of it in his lifetime. That's for sure.
That's
the first time I was on the Christmas tour, I was pregnant. I was in second trimester, and his ears were already formed by then. So he heard everything by kicking and punching me in the ribs. He heard Dad, he heard everybody in the band, and he heard my voice too. And it made the pregnancy really special.
Oh.
And he was such a good boy even in the womb. I never threw up once, so it was wonderful. And then he would kiss for mom and dad when they put their hand on my belly. So he's just amazing already, and just super chill.
Mm-hmm. He looks very chill, just like his dad.
Yeah.
You know,
He may adopt my temperament. We'll see.
We just want to wish you guys congratulations and all the love in the world. And this is such a sweet thing to be able to do for us and for your parents and for all the fans who love you, Selena. And I'm going to ask you, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I know we talked about it. Could you sing a song for your mom and dad and me and Blake and Josh and Gavin Eli and maybe about the other couple hundred people or 1,000 people that are listening right now?
I would love to sing a song for y'all. I actually chose one just in case you put me on the spot. And this is one that actually features my dad, Gerald Albright. This will be the easiest solo that you've ever done. You don't even have to do anything. It'll just play in the track. But Mom, don't cry, okay?
okay.
What's it called?
It's called
Playing from Selena Albright's iPhone.
All right.
I'm using Alexa. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. This song is called Let Go.
Oh, let go, man.
You draw the line, but you never close the door. Being kind doesn't mean being blind to manipulation. Is it just that you've been burned so much that you're just take some time? I feel sorry for your heart and mind. Must allow the past to win. Before we can do that. I see you, mama. Just allow it get to win. Before the newness can begin. Only then will we be able to move along while the weight of burdens drags from you. A giving heart doesn't mean that others can't why you always lose. What about your dreams and Johnny and all the hurts inside of you? What are you? What are you really trying to prove? You must allow the past to end. Only you determine when you let go. Only you determine when. Just allow it to end before the newness can begin. Only then will we be able to go. You must allow the past to end. Love you, Mom and Dad.
Oh, thank you.
I don't get to see you guys that often.
I was going to say, it's great to hear you sing. I haven't heard it in a few months.
It's an honor.
Few months.
I can't imagine. Like, I was just watching. I didn't know what to focus on there. I was watching the baby and Josh. I was watching Selena. But I think most of the time that I was looking at you, Gerald, and Glynnis, and the just beaming smiles that were on your faces.
We're biggest fans, man. You know it. We're a biggest fan.
Yeah.
You must be so proud.
Yeah.
Of your daughter.
Yeah.
So proud daughter.
Very proud of our son Brandon too, who's not here, but
I know.
he's here in spirit. Hey, Brand.
We're out
We need
there.
to get him on the next week's show.
We'll get him on next week.
Listen, I just want to tell all the Albrights here and how much I just absolutely adore your family. You're my family.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Gerald has been doing this for a long time, and all the fans, and I've seen it myself, how much they feel like you are part of their family too. And Glynnis and Selena and Josh and Gavin the same way. So it's such a beautiful thing that you're doing, and keep on doing it. And I love you all. And congratulations, Selena and Josh, on this beautiful baby boy. And to you,
Thank
G.
you so much. Thanks for having me.
Beautiful.
It's awesome. You sounded incredible. All of you guys sounded incredible. And I wish you a speedy time through this quarantine and getting us back into what we all do best very, very soon.
Absolutely. We love you too, Dave. Thanks for doing this, man. It's a great platform, and everybody's just loving it.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love you, Albrights.
Love you too.
Thank you all so much.
All right.
Bye, guys. That was unbelievable. That was really, really, really nice. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as Blake and I enjoyed it here at Sauce and Go. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this show. We had a great time. Lots of good music. Please keep the requests coming. We will do this again next Friday if you would like. Hope so. And I'll come up with some fun things to do. Really, really appreciate it. The weekend is here. I hope you have a nice glass of wine or a nice beer or whatever it is your pleasure in your hands to start the weekend in style. And enjoy yourself. Please remember to be kind to each other and to also bad things that are going on. People have lost their lives, people are sick, people have lost their jobs. All over the country, all over the world, people are in it's a panic mode for a lot of folks. So try and keep that calmness, try and keep the music blaring from the speakers to soothe and calm the way that music can, and do your best to keep sane. That's what I keep telling myself every morning when I wake up. I love you and I appreciate you so much. And thank you for being a part of this show. Be well, stay healthy, stay sane. Do all the things that are instructed to us to do to keep it going the right way. And hopefully soon, and very soon, we will be back at it. God bless you. And have a wonderful rest of your Friday evening and weekend. We'll see you next week. Blake, any parting words?
Stay safe, stay fashionable, and be good.
Love you. Hey, CG, my neighbor's here.
Gingerbread.
Whoa.
Are you serious?
You guys always need a little lift after all
Love
the work
that.
you've done.
You
So I baked it and I'm leaving it right here for you.
you are the best,
Thank you.
CG.
Everybody stay safe. See you later.
I love you. I have the best neighbors here in Sausalito, and she's a baker. Okay. I got the waffles across the street. I got the gingerbread downstairs. Love you. Have a beautiful rest of your night. Thank you so
Have a
much for
great
joining
weekend.
us. Be well. See you next week.